president, general manager, Bob Myers, was offered an extension, turns it down, right? So for the first time, the Warriors lose, even the way they went out against the Lakers and they were favored to win. Like, okay, as long as Steph and Dre are still there, and you still got the dynasty, right? They'll probably win another championship. But then people started floating that, what if Draymond opts out? And I thought, because to me it reduces down those two, Steph and Dre, right?
To go where?
Lakers.
For how much?
I don't know. We'll see.
We need to have a price on it.
But I don't know.
Well, I got 3 years 60 for him, Jay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, you're doing 3 years 60 for Dre?
Well, it's not that that's what I'm doing. He can pick up 27, right?
Y'all need shooters.
But before we get to where Dre might go, guys.
We need players, Jay. We need players.
Key, are you telling me right now you are openly campaigning for Draymond Green to become a Laker?
Yeah, good addition.
For 3 years for $60 million.
Well, I'm okay. So Jay, what I'm doing is I am.
No, I'm not doing that.
So what I'm doing, Jay, is I'm following the tea leaves.
I know what you're doing. Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead.
Something tells me it smells like Dre to L.A. on an opt-out and gets a 3-year extension. LeBron James has a player opt-in, correct?
Yes,
Jay?
he has.
So that means he's got 2 years. And
he has one year and then an opt-out. Yeah.
Yeah, opt-in or opt-out, whatever you want to call it. So I call it 2 years.
Okay.
Because he ain't opting out. He's
going
to
want to add a high IQ, excellent defensive, ball-handling forward who can do everything except shoot. Like, he's good.
Because he's
and
another
one of the
version
things
of
that we need, one of the things we need, Jay, I think on our team, just watching us against your Nuggets, is that we need some hot sauce. And he brings the hot sauce, right?
He does bring the attitude.
Hey, before we get to but wait, guys, let's back up for a second, because before we even get to Draymond on the Lakers, without Bob Myers there, who's one of the architects of this whole thing, maybe the chief architect, because they could have a payroll that approaches $500 million, and which is very hard with the new CBA, right? They have to make decisions not only on Draymond has a decision to make, but Klay Thompson. So is this the end of the dynasty? For the first time with Bob Myers out, I'm thinking, oh, wait a minute.
No.
No? You say no, Jay?
No, this is the last dance coming up, boys. This is the last year. You got Draymond, who will probably opt in. If he gets a 3-year, $60 million contract, wow, okay, then take it. I don't think that's what the market's going to give him.
Really?
Yes, really.
With this new...
He's going to have a 1-year, $27 million deal that he can opt into.
Yo, doesn't that sound low to you,
Jay? But, Jay, remember, this is not the typical marketplace that we're talking about for him, right? We're talking about a special situation. We're talking about a love affair. We're talking about a friendship. And if you followed the NBA as well as you have over the years and you turn your clock back, guys like Draymond are important to guys like LeBron. If Tristan Thompson could be a part of an important – no, I'm being serious. If you could –
You're being serious, but it's laughable at the same time. I hear what you're saying.
LeBron's kid's best friend has a bar mitzvah, Draymond takes a week off to go. I mean, come on.
If I could go through a couple of them for you, Dre, Tristan Thompson, Caldwell Pope. Okay, I'm just giving you those two.
KCP was balling.
No. I'm talking about the setup to get him to the Lakers. It was a setup to get him to the Lakers. That's all I'm saying. It wasn't like the Lakers said, we got to have him. It was one of those, set it up now, and then we can go get what we need to get. That's all I'm saying.
I just don't know if you're Dre, why you don't do one more year. You opt in for the $27 million deal.
Because you might not get the 30, what would the number be? The 43. You might not get the 43 you might not get the 43 million in 24 and 25.
But also, because the Bob Myers move, Jay, suggests
to me maybe
to you, Jay.
Okay.
The thing is starting to wind down.
I agree.
So Dre might look and go, wait a minute, they're not going to want to pay Klay. Something's going to happen. You know what? Now might be the time for me also.
So when you do, unless my math is off, Jay, is it off 27 and 43?
Where did you get 43 from?
To get up to, that would be 70.
So my math is off. Wait a minute.
33.
33. I don't know why I said 43. 33. Because he probably doesn't get the 33 million. He probably doesn't get the 33 million in 24 and 25. So take it now if it's available to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I'm saying.
Will they show up on your top 5 NBA title contenders for next year? That's the question.
I mean, I see, first off, I see Dre opting in.
All right.
$27 million is a lot to turn down. Unless he gets that 3-year, $60 million deal or higher from the Lakers, if Key's putting down something I'm not picking up yet.
No.
I don't know, Key.
I'm just throwing
You have been known to have sources with inside the Lakers organization.
No one's told me anything even remotely close to that. I'm just thinking that, looking at numbers and stuff, and looking at what CP3 did when he was a little older and he had a big number.
Y'all still trying to get CP3?
No, I'm talking about
him back?
I'm talking about when they restructured his deal and gave him that extension.
Y'all gonna bring back the banana boat? Get Melo? Can bring him out of retirement?
Please don't do that. Right? That would be it.
That'd be such a Laker thing to do. Y'all
I was about to say that sounds like a
Karl
Laker
Malone,
thing to do.
GP, just bring back the team over 40. Come on in. But I don't know why. Like I get the bigger contract thing, but Bob Myers being out feels like there's a need for a new voice. And look, I don't know what the situation happened with Bob, because I heard he's going to be one of the highest paid executives. If he wanted to be the highest paid executive, I couldn't knock him for that. I think he's one of the best executives in the game of basketball. But with Clay's contract coming up a year from now, if he doesn't get the extension, they're going to try to get him on the cheap. With Dre having to opt out, or if he can opt in, looking at where this team is with the luxury tax, they make so much money, guys. They own the Chase Center. Like, the Chase Center makes so much money, over $600-700 million in revenue per year. So if you have this issue coming up with Kirk Lakeup, who is Joe Lakeup's son, who is in a position to run the team, we'll see what decision is made between him and Mike Dunleavy Jr.
Captain Kirk.
Run it back for one more year. Let it be the last hurrah. Doesn't the franchise, like, don't you owe it to the franchise and to your teammates for 1 second? And I get what Dre can do, what he wants to do. But for Steph, Clay, and Dre, one last year to run it back, make it the last hurrah.
Real quick before we move on, Wiseman was a bust and got traded. I know you guys don't like bust, but I mean, you know, he was considering where he was drafted. It didn't work out for them.
True.
Kuminga's still so young. What do you think about it? Like, if something like that were to suddenly, oh, wait a minute, that's the guy they wanted him to become, now things feel different. But the real issue with Myers is he tried to thread that needle. Let's stay good now and build toward the future, like the Packers did with those young receivers, and they weren't able to quite do it. It seems neither was he with the younger players.
Sure, I mean, but do you give him credit for Kevon Looney?
Sure.
You give him credit for Andre Iguodala. You give him credit for, you know, like,
he's an excellent executive. No one's perfect. I'm just pointing out that, you know, this is what didn't work out.
But at the same time, what are you talking about, Max? They just won a championship a year ago with those young players.
Well, they spent a lot of draft capital, and I thought, oh, my God, they have so much draft capital, they'll probably make a big move for someone to replace KD, right? Something like that. They didn't. They thought, no, we can develop these guys, but the guys didn't develop.
What draft capital did they
Wiseman and Kuminga were high draft picks.
Well, I mean, you could make a case, Keith, that
playing.
Yeah, that's what I'm at. That's why I asked.
Wiseman isn't there.
No, Wiseman
is gone. But that wasn't. They got Wiseman, Jay, because they sucked during that point in time.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's why
but they spent the draft capital on him.
Well, the thing is that it makes you think about it, though, Key, is you're looking at LaMelo Ball, and granted, LaMelo's had some injuries, but you wonder how LaMelo could have fit into that system and style instead of Wiseman. But I hear you on the Wiseman.
That's why I'm asking Kuminga. If Kuminga develops, then it's like, oh, wait a minute, they hit on that, you know? And he's still what's Kuminga, 21
At the time, Jay, the Wiseman pick was the right choice for them. It was the right choice for them.
They needed a rim protector, somebody with his skill set.
Yeah, it was the right choice for
what he could have panned out to be.
But
I mean, you're inevitably going to have missed draft picks, Scott. Sure. It's bound to happen. You're taking swings on talent. Doesn't mean talent's always going to pan out.
Even though they so-called swung for the fences with Wiseman, at the end of the day, it didn't affect them winning the championship a year ago.
But it did affect.
This conversation is only coming up right now because Jay is going to talk about his round ball rankings.
Am I doing that now?
Well, you're not going to do it now,
calls and
but
do it next segment.
You're going to do it next time.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, because the round ball ranking in Draymond leaving, possibly, that's the only reason why it's even coming up. If they won the championship this year, we wouldn't even be having this conversation.
But one of the reasons they didn't is they missed on some picks. Or that's what I don't know about Kuminga yet.
You mean this year?
No. I mean, in the recent past.
They just won the championship.
I can't. You have to be able to say this is what went well.
Oh, I understand
and
that.
this is what didn't go
for
so
sure,
well.
Though, Max.
Right.
I truly think this year would have been different if Dre didn't sucker punch Jordan Poole. I think that really set off the year in the wrong.
So you think it still hurts, Jay?
Yeah, I think he's still icing it, Key.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.